Topic today that we're going to be discussing is the difference between buying in Rhode Island versus Massachusetts, and with the state lines being so close.
So close.
So many of our buyers looking in both places.
Mm-hmm.
I think this is perfect subject.
Yeah, I mean, there's so many jurisdictional variances that we see, and with a lot of folks moving from other states into Rhode Island and from Rhode Island out of state, we really do get a bird's eye view of what those other jurisdictions do. I mean, there's states with no attorneys, there's states with all attorneys. So it's just really interesting for me as a practitioner to be able to see it. As a general rule, I would say that Massachusetts tends to be very customer service oriented and consumer protection oriented. So to that end, there are certain things that you're going to see, but some that also don't gel, which is really kind of interesting. So one of the first things, just chronologically, when you're looking at the transaction, in Massachusetts, you're not required to have sales disclosures, which of course in Rhode Island, the sales disclosures are required. It's state mandated.
Sure. Yep.
There are certain exceptions that preclude there being a need, fiduciaries handling trusts and estates, or, if it's a court sale or something of that nature. But in Massachusetts, it's not required. It's completely optional. The other piece, as you're preparing for inspections, is that we haven't even signed a purchase and sales agreement yet in Massachusetts. In Massachusetts, the parties sign a binding offer and then move forward with conducting inspections, which means basically the buyer is absolutely taking money out of their pocket, looking at the house with eyes wide open, and then renegotiating if there needs to be any impacts to as a result of repair issues. There's also a heck of a lot more attorney involvement that you're going to see in Massachusetts than you will see in Rhode Island. Generally speaking, Rhode Island is going to be documents drafted by realtors. Massachusetts mostly is drafted by attorneys, and even that is geographically specific. So, for example, if you're looking at a home in Attleboro, the agents may draft the purchase and sales agreements without an attorney.
Yeah.
However, if you go over into Worcester County or Norfolk County, outside of Bristol County, then 100% the attorneys are drafting. And I think because of the amount of attorney involvement, very often you also don't see the clients actually attend the closing. So what can happen is that although in Rhode Island it's very customary for everybody to assemble and the buyers and sellers to meet, that sometimes does not happen in Massachusetts, dare I say, most of the time dependent on the individual attorney practice. So our attorney practice in Massachusetts is that we are going to still assemble, usually at the agent's office or at the registry of deeds, so that all the parties are together.
I like that.
But I'm seeing more and more where attorneys are just preventing the parties from getting together. And I don't know if it's a protectionary issue or because maybe it wasn't the best transaction and super smooth. Time. Yeah, certainly whatever's convenient for the clients is what we're going to advocate even in Rhode Island.
I've got one other too, is the Title V.
So, absolutely. I forgot about the Title V.
Why don't we talk about Title V? But this is one thing that Massachusetts has absolutely right, and we actually have our clients here with the DiSpirito team, our clients, we have them get a pre-list home inspection done on their septic system when they have a septic ahead of time. But why don't you tell us what Title V means? Yeah,
so the Title V in Massachusetts is basically a Mass state law that does require any septic that's operational to be tested and approved.
It's beautiful.
Yeah, and it's state, by the way. So it's not
Should be.
It's not the same as just an inspection because it's really evolving to the next level, which is huge. It's really important, and I do applaud Massachusetts. I think that is a spot where they've got it right. Again, you see kind of that consumerism coming into play where the state is protecting the buyer.